All right, welcome back to the Binary Sunset. We've taken a bit of a hiatus, but we're back, ready to talk more Star Wars. Today is Starticle Wars again. We're back on that train. We each have an article that we brought to the table. We don't know what each other's is yet. I think we roughly kind of do, but
this is a Kenobi episode. Spoilers, but
this is a Kenobi episode, big time. Obviously today, luckily, it's lucky that we're recording today because today a bit of news came out which ties into my article because it's literally just about that news. And then Zach got a little bit of an older one, an op-ed that he said was, quote, stupid. So
yep.
You can look forward to that.
I can't wait to hear your reaction.
Now, I don't know if we should still, we marketed the first article one as Starticle Wars, and I kind of like that. I don't know if it's really a competition anymore. It's just more of just like us talking about each of them. But I do like the pun, so I'm gonna keep it Starticle Wars. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
All right. So we decided that I was gonna go first.
Yes.
So my article came out today, and it's obviously about the announcement today. Today's the 29th of March that production has started is about to start for the Kenobi series, and they also kind of listed a bunch of new cast members that we did not know about yet. We speculated on, and I certainly, a few of them I did actually hope would be the case. And other actors who we don't really know. We know that a couple of them are going to reprise their roles. We don't know about the rest of them, what their roles are. But
can I just say I'm so excited. They've released. Just like the actors and actresses, I love it. I'm so excited. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, it provides and it provides a bit of it provides some insight into what the plot might be. I think not totally, but it shades of that.
Well, one specifically. Giant spoiler.
Obviously, yes. Actually, well, technically two,
and three actually.
Oh yeah,
because sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. So this article that I found was from Deadline from today, and it's titled "Obi-Wan Kenobi to start production in April. Disney Plus series cast includes Joel Edgerton returning to the Star Wars franchise." So that's the big, obviously, headline of news that we got from that. Obviously, he played Uncle Owen in the prequels.
And so I was gonna say, isn't Bonnie? I don't know.
Yeah, Bonnie P.S. she was Aunt Beru in the prequels.
Yeah, I almost said Aunt May.
I think Aunt May. Yeah, Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
Yeah, Uncle Ben and Aunt May.
Or is it Uncle Ben or Uncle Henry?
No, it's Ben. Wait,
no, Uncle Ben's the rice.
No, I was thinking Spider-Man.
That's what I was thinking too. It is Uncle Ben, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or I guess anyway. Yeah. Okay. I was questioning my own memory on that one. But yeah. So it starts. Disney Plus confirmed its cast for the new Star Wars series Obi-Wan Kenobi that includes Joel Edgerton and Bonnie P.S. or Peace. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but she's Aunt Beru.
Who knows?
Returning to Star Wars, and they respectively played obviously young Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. In Attack of the Clones, but also they forgot to say that they were also in Revenge of the Sith. Although I don't know if you know this, you know that they filmed the Tatooine scenes that were in at the end of Revenge of the Sith. They filmed that when they were on set still for Attack of the Clones.
Oh, I did not.
Because George Lucas didn't want to pay for everybody to go back to Tunisia, so
that's hilarious.
So they filmed that part where he gives Luke to them back in like 2001 when they were filming it. But yeah, anyway, so it was rumored that Edgerton would reprise his role as Uncle Owen. Yeah, so this is something that I also speculated on.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, obviously. I really want to see Obi-Wan's and Uncle Owen's dynamic. Because you definitely get you get a feel for their dynamic, like in A New Hope. He doesn't like him very much.
Sure.
Neither of them like each other very much. Obi-Wan thinks that Owen is a very, he's a homebody, doesn't like adventure, doesn't like thrill. doesn't understand the Jedi way of life and all that. And, Owen thinks that Obi-Wan is a old wizard. So,
yep.
Yeah, this is something that really... Okay, can I just say before we keep going that I think this series might be the thing that I'm most excited for and have been most excited for, even like before Rise of Skywalker. I fucking love Obi-Wan Kenobi. He might be my... no, I don't want to make that
your
permanent.
favorite?
But I think R2 is my favorite, but
Obi-Wan's your side bitch.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is, he's my side piece. No, I really love Obi-Wan, and I love every iteration of him. Like, obviously a lot of people aren't too thrilled with I can't say that anymore. I'm not a big fan of the prequels, but but Ewan McGregor
is the prequels.
He is Obi-Wan. Like,
yes.
Undoubtedly, just as much as Alec Guinness is.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's keep going. So,
yeah.
In addition, new cast members include Moses Ingram, Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes,
obviously he's awesome.
Love him.
I'm actually, when I saw that, I was like, he's gotta be like the comic relief, like droid or something. Although he did get super buff now, so they might want him on screen.
So, I mean, I'm saying that, like, he's kind of riding that Marvel wave.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Marvel wave.
It's all connecting, and
he's gonna
whatnot.
be in a Marvel film. I forgot the name though of it. It's like a superhero film. I forgot.
I don't know.
It's a film he got buff for.
Oh, Black Adam. No, it's not Black Adam, is it?
No, it's not Black.
That's DC. That's DC.
DC. Yeah.
I forgot. But that's what he got all buff for.
Let me look Marvel real quick. Keep going.
Yeah. So you look that up. Who's Moses Ingram? I can't see.
Don't know. I only.
Moses Ingram. Oh, she was in the Queen's Gambit.
Oh.
I think that's probably the most famous thing that she was in.
He is in the Eternals. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then we have Indira Varma, Rupert Friend, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Soon Kang,
AKA. Well, he's Ice Cube's son.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah, this thing doesn't have pictures. I don't know these people by their name.
I have them
except
pictures.
for Kumail, but
yeah.
And then Soon Kang,
yes.
Simone Kessel of the Kessel Run, and Benny Safdie.
That one was interesting. Benny Safdie?
That one was interesting.
Because for those who don't know, he's part of the Safdie brothers who made the Adam Sandler film Uncut Gems.
Oh, would you like some pie?
What?
That's my Adam Sandler impression.
Oh. Okay. I didn't know. Okay, got it. Yeah, no. Oh, like he really likes making an O sound. No, and then he was also an actor in Good Times with
those are two movies that I unfortunately have not seen.
Robert Patterson is Robert Patterson.
Yeah,
man,
he's
I'm
in
really
Good
messing
Times, but I still haven't seen that.
Like AKA Bruce Wayne now. So
right. Well, yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah.
After the Snyder Cut came out. Actually, have you seen that yet? I haven't watched it yet.
I have.
I haven't had time to.
It's all right. No, but let's keep.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, this isn't a DC talk. This is Star Wars talk.
I want to say something interesting about Sun Kang.
Sure.
He is. Do you know what he's in? What he's known for?
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
You know, you're right.
Yeah.
And he plays Han. His name is Han in it.
Yeah.
This is throughout the
Not to be confused with Harrison Ford's character Han Solo in the Star Wars trilogy.
Well, so that's the thing, AV. His name is actually Han Solo in the Fast and Furious universe.
Is it really?
Yes, it actually is. I watched a Patrick.
See, that's my fault because I've never seen a Fast and Furious movie.
Patrick H. Williams actually does a great Fast and Furious. He goes through all the different Fast and Furious films, and he there's one cutaway because they only call him Han in the movie, but they show his license in one part, and his last name is Solo. So his actual name is
That's
Han
some
Solo.
nice. That's some
So,
nice Star
Han-
Wars
yeah.
references. I
Yep.
feel like that's so funny. I haven't seen any of them. I have to do like a
Yep.
binge watch, I think.
I love him so much. I think he's gonna play just a real relaxed, cool guy.
Yeah.
Maybe a pirate. Honestly, I could see him honestly being a Han Solo type that maybe talks a little bit less, um, just based off what I've seen him act as before.
Yeah, he could be like a Han Solo type. I'm
Yeah.
trying to because here's the thing, because I'm trying to think like, this takes place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So what are there's no more clones in the military.
So we know
You know what he could be playing like an Imperial like fighter pilot or something.
that too.
For all we know,
that would be pretty dope.
that yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that'd be pretty dope as well.
But anyway, so let's keep going. So it was rumored that Edgerton would reprise his role as Uncle Owen. In the Star Wars canon, a baby Luke is left at the care, blah blah blah. We all know this.
Who's gonna play CGI baby Luke?
They're taking Mark Hamill. They're gonna de-age him.
Great, can't wait.
Into a baby face.
Everybody knows how I feel about that, but
No, they're gonna take the actual baby from Revenge of the Sith, and they're going to cast his face onto Mark Hamill, and then they're gonna shrink Mark Hamill's body into a baby. It's the technology that they have in Hollywood now. It just blows your mind. Anyway, so cameras roll in April. That's some big news. So next month they start. Why haven't they started yet? I feel like they've had so much time since they announced it.
They had delays, I believe, because I think
because of COVID, I guess. But
but also I think there were some issues with like the director's vision or something like that.
Oh, I forgot the script. I think wasn't it like the original script was like too similar to The Mandalorian?
I don't know, but I do know that there was one of the directors of The Mandalorian was slated to direct this, and I don't know if she's doing it yet or still or not. But there was some issues. I'm sure it wasn't Kathleen Kennedy's fault, but
that's what the Disney overlords want you to think, Zach.
Yeah, I know. But hey, AV, you didn't. There was one major spoiler that you gotta. I mean, most of us know, but that it was announced before today.
Well, you talking about Hayden Christensen?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about Ewan McGregor. I didn't know he was reprising the role, but
they're actually going to de-age, and they're going to de-age Mark Hamill, and then actually make his face look like Ewan McGregor's. So
yes,
to make it look like to feed in the whole Padme and Ewan McGregor and Padme and Obi-Wan had Luke
definitely
theory. So
So to keep going, the story begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Revenge of the Sith, where Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker, turned evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. It's going to be directed by Deborah Chow, who she did a couple episodes of The Mandalorian.
So that is her.
And it also marks the return of Hayden Christensen in the role of Darth Vader, of which he was in the suit for maybe 2 seconds in the Revenge of the Sith. So I don't know. Can you say he really reprised the role of Darth Vader? Although I guess he was technically in name Darth Vader, halfway through Revenge of the Sith when But
I'll be
he's not really Darth Vader till he puts on the suit.
So I'll be interested to know if this feeds into the whole Obi-Wan when he explains Luke how Darth Vader betrayed and murdered your father. If there's kind of two sides of Anakin / Darth Vader, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
One's a Force ghost, kind of. I mean, technically. I mean, who knows? Because it could get retconned. Because then in Return of the Jedi at the end, you have Hayden Christensen, or AKA Luke Skywalker, or not Luke Skywalker. Sorry, Anakin, being a Force ghost right after the end of the second Death Star blowing up, with Darth Vader being inside. So who knows?
Yeah, I'm wondering if they might do not, I guess the word's not really retcon, but like where they would do you know the line in A New Hope where he's like, first I was the learner, but now I'm the master. Last time I met you, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This, you know, we always thought that was he was referencing Revenge of the Sith, but he could be referencing a more recent.
That is true. That'd
duel
be.
that they
I
had.
mean, we do know Disney, Star Wars loves having Darth Vader being a badass, aka like everything with Darth Vader in Rogue One. So
I think
I
also
could see
I'm
that.
gonna say I think they're gonna do. I think it'd be really smart if they did, and I think they will do a live action version of Maul versus Kenobi.
That would be cool.
Because you didn't watch Rebels, but you've seen that.
I've seen that
scene,
yes.
right?
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah.
I flippin' love that scene. It's so good.
No, it totally is.
But yeah, also, okay, sorry, I'm just kind of reading through now. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the whole thing, I guess. Who's Rupert Friend? What's he in?
Let me see. Rupert Friend.
I feel like I recognize him, but then I don't.
I bet he's a friendly guy.
I think it's the opposite. I think he calls himself that, so he throws you off. And he's just,
he is in Hitman, in Pride and Prejudice, and The Death of Stalin.
Death of Stalin is where I remember him. Yes.
So there we go.
I don't know if you saw that movie.
I did. I do not remember him in it though. So.
Yeah. So that's about it. That's my article.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited. Oh God, I love you, McGregor, so much.
I can't. I'm so excited for the future memes also. Like every single week when a new episode comes out, I feel like we're gonna have 5 new memes. It's gonna be like Baby Yoda on steroids because there's already like
it's prequel memes.
Yeah,
it's gonna be prequel memes for sure.
They're back. Hello there.
I'm so excited. I really hope they do this justice. I really hope it's good. I think it will be.
I mean, yeah.
But you never know.
This casting looks amazing. And we know the people behind it, so yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
I think if they do it right, they'll do Obi-Wan in a compelling way, because it, I remember like for the longest time people were always like, well, that's like, who wants to do that? Like that's like the most boring part of Obi-Wan's life. I think it's the exact opposite. I think it's the most interesting part of his life.
For this,
right? Well,
that's what I always hate. I always hate that. That's what people.
But yeah, also we never ask for anything. It's always what the company's about. But I this is like the most compelling part of his life. This is where he's like literally his entire world is collapsed, and he's struggling to just make it in this new uncharted territory.
This is gonna be a drama. Like it's straight up. He's just gonna be really just pondering.
I don't know if you ever saw those like fake trailers with him.
Oh, tons of them. Yeah, they've gotten me a few times. I will say.
Not good. But yeah, so that's that. That's the news of the day. All right, Zach, I think it's time for your article.
I hope you're clean because you're about to get really dirty.
I just took a shower.
Well, good, because you might as well have not have, because this article is so dirty and toxic. I mean, I feel like
but that's us. We are the toxic corner of the Star Wars fandom.
Yeah, I know.
So,
so let me just preface. This came out December 11th, 2015. So
that's like a week before.
Yeah,
so right before Force Awakens. Yeah.
Force Awakens. It is from Inverse.com.
Okay, are they a reputable site? I know I've heard of them.
Who cares? After reading this article, I don't think so. All right, okay. Get ready. This is the title of it: Obi-Wan Kenobi, a manipulative monster, was the real villain of quote unquote Star Wars.
Okay.
Can I get a foreshadow of like maybe?
Well, okay. Here's what I think they're referencing.
Maybe you wrote this. Let's hear it.
Well, no, I don't think that's the case, but I can understand a little bit where they're coming from. Where, they basically took Obi-Wan, I think, decided from the minute that Luke was born that he was going to use him to regain or to for the Jedi to return. He's going to use him as essentially a tool. And I think that he cares very much for him. And I think that I don't think he's manipulative, but I think the only, and I don't really know what this article says yet, but I think the only weight that could hold, that stance could hold, is that he spent his entire time on Tatooine waiting for the moment to run into Luke so that he could basically train him as a Jedi, just like him and his father. And I wouldn't say that's manipulative, but I think it was definitely premeditated.
Well, that is what a lot of this article actually is about. So that's very interesting. I didn't realize more people felt this way than most.
I mean, I don't, but I can see where people would.
I don't think that he was really manipulative. I think
no, I don't.
I think he was just giving Luke options, and I mean, trying to help him navigate the baggage of being the son of basically like, just one of the worst people in the galaxy, Like,
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think he handled it the best way he possibly could, because I think at a certain point Luke needed to know.
Yeah, but I think if he was out to truly use Luke, he would have just like trained him himself and not I think he wouldn't have given him to his family. I think he would have just trained him forever, from like being a youngling to who he is now. And
I mean, yeah, he also let me read. That's true.
Let me read the article. We can get into it more. It's by Sean Hutchinson. Sorry, Sean.
Fuck you, Sean.
All right. I'll just read the first paragraph and we'll go from there. Ask anyone who the greatest Jedi who ever lived was, and someone's answer is bound to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was one of the last Jedi Knights, a noble order of monk-like individuals ostensibly dedicated to gardening peace throughout the galaxy. He was the guy who took a wayward young Luke under his wing and set him on his path to bring balance to the Force. Or did he? If you really think about it, instead of being the heroic father figure everyone makes him out to be, Obi-Wan was actually the most blatantly manipulative character in the entire Star Wars saga. In fact,
forget about Palpatine.
In fact,
Obi-Wan's the most manipulative.
In fact, his downright sociopath behavior basically made him the real villain of the entire thing. Honestly, I read that and I was like, man, I struck gold. This is the perfect article for this podcast.
Well, I think that I don't think he was manipulative. I think that unfortunately Luke was destined to have to face that reality eventually, because Vader was looking for him. Like, he knew he had children.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you think about it, so the best way to protect both Luke and Leia is to not put them in the same, not just the same place, but the same circumstances.
Right.
To make them as almost entirely unrecognizable as possible. So you have Princess Leia, lives in Alderaan. She's a princess. She lives in luxury, has a good life. And then you have Luke, who's just a farm boy in a desert planet.
But he was raised by good people.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
Obi-Wan allowed for that. I think that's the thing.
Well, I'm saying the economic background allows it. So if, let's say, the Empire, I'm just getting an Obi-Wan and Yoda and everybody's thought process right here of like how they can protect both. Like, let's say the Empire were to find either Leia or Luke, they would be pretty hard to find the other because they really are unrecognizable where they are in their lives. So that's
right.
Just
no, that's definitely true. Yeah. And I think that yeah, I mean, like, just before we continue, I also think that, like, I think Obi-Wan did the best he could. He
Yeah.
basically he spent 20 years of his life in a horrible desert planet
Well, so that's what we're.
watching over him.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, and like you
This is
said,
what the show's gonna be
before,
about.
I absolutely. And I also think that, like, you were right when saying, like, he could have just raised him. I think if he had just raised him himself, that would have been manipulative, because then he
Yeah.
literally would have just been forcing Luke to and indoctrinated. He would have indoctrinated Luke to, to his way of thinking at day one. I think that allowing Luke to be raised by his family in a modest setting, as a normal kid was
Yeah.
the best way forward for
So
Luke.
let me-
and he still watched over him. But yeah, go ahead.
Let me keep on going because it talks about what you're bringing up.
Yeah.
It says the main argument against Obi-Wan involves the biggest and most important plot point of all 6 movies. So 6, which is, I mean, that shows how outdated this is. He willfully misled Luke about his father after the whole Padme dying debacle in Revenge of the Sith. Obi-Wan just up and agreed to dump Luke, or retained his father's surname, no less, so I think this person's British, on the crappy desert planet of Tatooine. That's the worst. What's worse is that he doesn't own up to, what's worse is that he doesn't own up and look after him on his own. Instead, he leaves Luke and Owen. He leaves Luke with Owen and Beru, Lars, all while he just hangs out in his own personal bachelor pad while staying and hiding on Tatooine. I really want to know what the Obi-Wan bachelor pad entails in this upcoming Kenobi
You mean
series.
that barren hut?
Dude, this is
Yeah,
bachelor
not much of a
pad,
bachelor pad, I'm afraid.
This is like a completely
what does this
different...
guy think a bachelor pad looks like?
I don't know.
Hutchinson.
Yeah.
The Hutch.
The Hutch. He has a hutch. All right, here we go. He's supposed to be his kid's protector, but instead he just creepily watches Luke grow up from afar for nearly 2 decades. How many times do you think Luke saw Ben Kenobi around town while growing up, and thought to himself, "This old bastard keeps showing up everywhere. I saw him in Anchorhead and Mos Espa, around the moisture farm. It's kind of creepy. What's the guy's deal?" Like, this is really just...
But he's putting words into Luke's mouth. He's saying, like, he had to have thought that. He didn't. We don't know that he did.
I don't know.
And
I
also,
feel like...
we don't know that he... Well, how many times has he actually met Luke?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like, if he thought he was a creep, why would he go looking for... I mean, I guess, like, the droids are the reason why...
looking for him, but yeah. I mean, he was like... But when he... When he...
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was just looking for R2. That's right. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was but when he was talking about him, it didn't seem like he knew him that well.
Yeah. So this is getting near the end. It's a pretty short article. When Obi-Wan finally decides to insert himself into Luke's life, not for any major reason, mind you, but just because Luke got ambushed by random Tusken Raiders one day near Obi-Wan's house, he begins to gradually mess with Luke's relatively simple mind, because from the get-go, he lets it slip that he knew Luke's father, and from there the manipulation begins. So he just inserted himself to save Luke Skywalker. That doesn't really sound like a...
Well, no,
bad
I mean,
thing.
we know he was there because he was watching over him. That's why he was so close by.
And it makes
I think that
sense.
I don't think it was a coincidence that he then, because here's the thing. I think he probably waited a really long time. He probably wasn't going to be like, okay, you're 11 years old, you're ready for this. No, he probably waited for him to become an adult first. And I guess he was like, what, like, he's supposed to be like 19 or something, but like he takes him in because he didn't. Well, I think he waited for the right moment.
But okay, if that happened when Luke was 5 years old,
Yeah.
don't you think he would have stopped him? I mean, he could have, honestly, actually. That would be a good plot point in the Kenobi series where he briefly runs into Luke and then realizes that he needs to mask himself up or like protect his identity.
That's for sure what's going to happen. But I think that if he were 5, I don't think he would have had that conversation with him about his father yet.
No.
Or giving him the lightsaber. Like I think it was a coincidence that well, no, it wasn't really. I mean, like he took him in to take care of him because he was ambushed by Tusken Raiders, yes. But then he took him in. They played the message from R2. Luckily, obviously, Obi-Wan saw that. It was a message for him.
Kenobi.
And then and then he said, you must come with me to Alderaan.
Yeah.
Because Luke was interested in helping the princess. So it wasn't like Obi-Wan was forcing him to go on this little adventure. Luke from the get-go was like, who is this princess? We have to help her. So yeah, I think he also has the hots. Very limited.
He also has the hots for her, but anyway.
I didn't want to say that, but yeah, it's true.
I mean, they kiss. Brother and sister unknowingly kiss, and Empire Strikes Back.
It's true.
All right. So now we're at the very end.
Thank God.
Eventually, Luke and Obi-Wan realize that the Empire is after the droids that Luke's uncle bought, which, by the way, Obi-Wan knew about from his old days in the Clone Wars. By leaving that little detail out, he effectively allows Luke to get a big surprise when he heads back to the only home he's ever known to find his adoptive parental figures burnt to a crisp by a bunch of stormtroopers. This basically gives Luke one option: learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like his father, whom he'll eventually be forced to try and kill. How did Luke get to that point of revenge? Something the supposedly ultra realistic Jedi never do. 3 words: Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No.
So they're essentially saying that Obi-Wan basically kind of has something to do with just because he did not tell Luke about his background, that inadvertently caused great destruction and his parental figures, his aunt and uncle, to die, and then only give Luke one choice, which I mean, that's a lot of scheming.
Well, here's the thing, though. I don't think only until they realized that the Jawa, the Sandcrawler, was destroyed by stormtroopers did Luke realize that those stormtroopers were looking for the droids. I don't think Obi-Wan knew that they were looking for the droids. And I think Luke and Obi-Wan found out that stormtroopers were actually on Tatooine at the same time. Yep. And so Luke's like, I gotta go. And Obi-Wan's like, I think that it might be too late. It's not, Obi-Wan didn't keep him and provide only one. The story provided one choice for Luke because that's the only way the story could have progressed. But it wasn't Obi-Wan's manipulation that did that.
No, it's the hand that we're dealt with, it's a life, and then it's life.
Luckily for Obi-Wan, it left Luke with only one choice.
Well, yeah,
but it wasn't because of him.
Yeah, no,
this guy. I wonder, is he still employed at Inverse?
I don't know. This looks more like
this is probably his last article.
No, he probably has more. It got our attention.
It's true. Well, I don't agree with his conclusion. I do see.
Well, so let's talk about C-3PO or R2 because they basically know everything.
Well, our C-3PO did not. R2 did, because C-3PO's mind was wiped at the end of Revenge of the Sith. But R2's mind was not.
I'm talking about going from a battle against stormtroopers, running away from them, and then being put in a pod by a princess,
Yeah.
Like, they knew that stormtroopers were after them.
Well, yeah, but they didn't want to tell Luke because they didn't know who Luke was.
Maybe they manipulated their way.
I think R2 definitely did. Here's the thing, though, because R2.
I don't care about
didn't
this
want
argument. I'm just making.
Well, no, but I think it's important to because it is an interesting point to make. I think that R2 knew, but he didn't want to say anything because it was top secret, and then that's why. But that's also why he ran away to go find Obi-Wan Kenobi, and why Luke and C-3PO had to chase after him.
R2.
Because C-3PO was like fine with just being bought and sold and just like living the rest of his life on that farm. R2 was not. He had a mission that he couldn't divulge until it became necessary to.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
that's a new hope.
Yeah, that's a new hope, bro. Or just
regardless of anything, Obi-Wan is not a manipulative bastard. He is the greatest Jedi, I think, in my opinion. He really is. He maintained.
I could see where they think, like, I mean, he's sassy AF.
Hello there.
But not when he's older, really.
No, he's very much. Yeah, that's the thing. People say like, oh, he's still like so creepy and dogmatic about the Jedi. I don't think he is. He's been, those 20 years that he spent by himself. I think his view of the Jedi changed very much. Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, he still affirmed in his mind that the Jedi could be better, and with A New Hope, and that they could. They're better than the Sith. I'll tell you that much.
It's pretty low bar, but yeah.
But that this was the opportunity for the Jedi to turn a new leaf and be the best versions of themselves that they could be, and that's why I think that he is the best Jedi, because he was optimistic in that regard.
Sure.
Either way,
we're excited. Yeah, we're excited. So
very excited.
I want to see what this guy writes after. Like, I hope he writes a follow-up article about
how long
Kenobi.
do you think? Yeah, I'm interested.
That'd be amazing. You can tweet at him.
How long do you think it'll take for him to ignite his lightsaber in the series?
Probably like 2 or 3 episodes.
I don't think it's going to be in the first episode.
No, I think it's going to be a slow burn. I think it's really going to be a slow, like, he's like, the first episode's going to establish him, just like how he deals with his failure and how he deals with living in a society that's terrible that he helped create.
Do you think he leaves the planet?
Maybe. I could see that.
I think he might, and I think the reason why he might is because he knows Mos Eisley pretty well. Seeing, as we saw in A New Hope. So I think he may know his way around like smugglers and their ability to cart him off to different planets. I think that's true. I think he has to. But
he may be just too busy. He may be just too busy being a creepy old man around Luke,
You're right. So stupid. All right. Everyone has their opinions.
Yep.
Everyone's got their opinions. Gotta respect that. You don't have to respect the opinion, but you can respect the fact that they have.
Wow, we're entirely grateful for Sean Hutchinson.
The Hutch.
The Hutch.
Sean the Hutch Hutchinson.
Sean the Hutch Hutchinson for writing this, so we can just kind of tear it apart. But we would need him to do it. So thank you, Sean.
Yeah, thanks for being our meat that we just ripped apart. All right. Well, I think that's about it. We covered a lot today.
We did.
About Obi-Wan Kenobi, not much else. But yeah, so we're excited. Things coming up on the horizon. Obviously, in May, Bad Batch is coming, so that's a whole wealth of content that we can just talk about. We don't have to actually.
We don't have to use our brains.
We don't have to use our brains to figure out what we're going to talk about. Yeah, so that's the episode. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with a whole new batch of content.
Have a good one. Bye.
Hopefully. All right. Yeah. Bye.